The Princess with Golden Feathers is a Polish story. Once upon a time, in the lush kingdom of Poland, lived a beautiful princess named Sylvia. Princess Sylvia had golden feathers that everyone would envy. Its feathers shone as if they had been bathed in the sun's rays, captivating anyone who saw it. The people of the kingdom called the feather, Feather of Luck, and had deep respect for the power of the princess. However, Princess Sylvia herself was amazed by the feathers. The princess has spent years without knowing why only she has golden feathers and what kind of power lies in them. The princess's parents, the king and queen, were also unaware of the secret, and the feather remained her only mystery until the princess came of age. One day, a great crisis came to the kingdom. A terrifying dragon appeared from the western mountains and began to threaten the kingdom. The dragon has burned the kingdom's crops, raided villages, and even challenged the king. The king gathered brave knights to confront the dragons, but all of them were defeated by the dragon's power, and eventually the entire kingdom was terrified. At that time, Princess Sylvia made up her mind. She felt that there was some power in her golden feather, and she thought that it might be the key to saving the kingdom. The princess said to her father, "I will stand up to the dragon and defend this kingdom." The king was surprised, but he respected the princess's determination and decided to allow her to go on an adventure. The princess then decided to spread her golden wings and set out to defeat the dragon that lived deep in the mountain range. Princess Sylvia traveled through a steep mountain road for days until she finally reached a cave where the dragon lived. At the entrance of the cave, a cold wind blew, and the dragon's breath was ringing heavily. The princess did not take a step back from the terrifying atmosphere and proceeded into the cave with a strong heart. Finally, the dragon appeared. Its figure was huge, its scales glowed golden, and its eyes glowed so red that it seemed to spew fire. When the dragon found the princess, he shouted in anger, "Do you think a little person like you can stand up to me?"
The Princess of Verde is an Italian story. Once upon a time, in the green kingdom of Verde, Italy, lived a beautiful princess, Amelia. Princess Amelia was as gentle as a spring breeze and was deeply loved by the people of the kingdom. Her name Verde meant green and symbolized the lush nature that her kingdom was proud of. The kingdom was surrounded by mountains, vast forests, and beautiful lakes, and the crops grown on the rich land brought glory to the kingdom. However, the kingdom had one major problem. It is that Azaleo, an evil wizard who appeared from a neighboring country, cursed the kingdom and tried to rob it of the bounty of nature. Azaleo cursed the fields and forests of the Verde kingdom for many years, causing crops to fail, forest trees to wither, and lake water to dry up. The people of the kingdom were in distress and lost hope. Princess Amelia decided that she had to find a way to break this curse somehow in order to protect the future of her kingdom. One day, the sage of the kingdom told him that in order to defeat Azaleo, he had to find a special flower called the Flower of Life. This flower is a legendary flower that is said to have once healed the earth and nurtured nature, and it is said to bloom on the top of a distant mountain. Princess Amelia decided to go in search of the flower to save the kingdom. She bravely left the kingdom and set out on an adventure to the rugged mountains. Along the way, the princess faced numerous trials. "I was caught in a storm, passed through a lost forest, and at times shrouded in darkness, but never gave up." One night, when the princess was looking up at the starry sky alone, a ray of light suddenly crossed the sky and appeared in front of her. The light shone like a spirit, and he said in a gentle voice, "As long as your heart is pure, you will be able to find the flower of life. But in order to get the flowers, you may have to sacrifice what is most important to you." Princess Amelia was guided by the voice and went deeper into the mountains. Along the way, she encountered various animals that tested her kindness and courage. The princess overcame all the difficulties and finally reached the top of the mountain. There, a mysterious flower of life was blooming as if it were shining. The flowers shone brightly as if they were the breath of life when they were exposed to the sun. The princess reached for the flower and tried to pluck it, but at that moment the sky darkened and the figure of Azaleo appeared. "Only someone like me can take that flower," Azaleo said with an evil smile. "But if you can get it, you will have to sacrifice your own life." Princess Amelia replied resolutely, without the slightest fear. "I am willing to make any sacrifice to protect the kingdom." At that moment, Azaleo cast a spell on the princess, but the strong will hidden within the princess shone through, breaking Azaleo's spell. And Princess Amelia firmly held the flower of life in her hands and unleashed its power to save the kingdom. The light emitted by the flower enveloped the entire kingdom and unleashed the curse. The dead trees sprouted again, the dry lake filled with water, and crops began to bear fruit in the fields. The people of the kingdom cheered and thanked the princess for her courage and love. Princess Amelia was passed down forever as a hero who saved the kingdom. Her courage and unconditional love will forever be remembered by the people of the kingdom, and the kingdom of Verde was able to prosper again and enjoy the blessings of nature. And as the healer of the kingdom, Princess Amelia cherished the power of nature and continued to love the kingdom. Her name became a beacon that illuminated the future of the Verde kingdom and remained on the land forever. End.